Hi, the SI meteorologist Paul Dorian here on Tuesday, March 13th. Well, a very mild morning here in the Mid-Atlantic region. A damp morning. Some showers have moved on through. This afternoon will bring a mixture of clouds and sunshine and very warm conditions with temperatures reaching 70 degrees in many spots in the Mid-Atlantic region. A weak cold front will come through later on this afternoon, and it very well could touch off a few strong thunderstorms anywhere from D.C. up through Philadelphia up to New York City mid to late afternoon hours, so we'll have to watch for that over the next few hours. You know you're in a warm weather pattern when a weak cold front comes through in the middle of March and the following day is still up in the 60s. Well, that looks like that'll be the case here in the Mid-Atlantic region. Despite the passage of this cold front later on today, it'll still be quite nice tomorrow and Thursday as well. Let's take a look at the latest surface map. First of all, as has been the case lately, we have still kind of a broad southwesterly flow of mild air here with high pressure sitting off the coast, pumping in that mild air. There is that weak front right now approaching the northwestern part of Pennsylvania. There's a few showers associated with it now. And again, there may be some thunderstorm development later on this afternoon that could affect the big cities along the I-95 corridor, let's say in the mid to latter part of the afternoon. So we'll monitor that situation over the next few hours. It's possible some of these storms will be quite strong with some hail, and then it'll turn a tad cooler tomorrow from the 70s down to the 60s. Nothing to complain about. Farther to the west, still quite a bit of clear skies out here in the middle part of the country, and again, the next couple of days will feature plenty of sunshine here in the Mid-Atlantic region with very pleasant temperatures for this time of the year. Well, here's the latest radar loop, and there was a batch of showers that came through most of the big city regions overnight, late last night into the first part of today. It's a damp start, but some sunshine will return by the latter part of the morning. And meanwhile, here's a little line starting to develop out here in the western part of Pennsylvania, extending all the way from eastern Ohio into western New York. This is associated with that weak cold front, and again, there may be some showers and thunderstorms that develop. It won't be necessarily a very widespread line, but there will be scattered showers and storms, and some of those storms can actually contain some hail later on this afternoon, so we'll monitor that over the next several hours. But the next couple of hours will certainly be dry with sunshine returning. Here's the latest IR composite satellite loop from the SSEC Wisconsin site. First of all, lots of clouds here right along the east coast. That was associated with that batch of showers that came through. A little band of clouds right here seen on the IR satellite loop here in western part of Pennsylvania. It actually is weakening over the last couple of hours, but it should redevelop some thunderstorms along that front later on in the afternoon. Again, we'll monitor that because some of those storms could be quite strong. Lots of clear skies behind that weak front, and again, we'll have plenty of sunshine over the next couple of days with very pleasant temperatures. All kinds of activity going on. A big trough is developing out here along the west coast, and they'll just get pounded not only this week, but perhaps next week as well, from the Pacific Northwest all the way down into central California with lots and lots of rain and lots of heavy snow up in the mountainous regions in the Pacific Northwest all the way down into the California Sierra Nevadas. A spin in the atmosphere right here associated with a strong storm, and that's headed right into the Pacific Northwest for later on today. Well, let's take a look at the GFS forecast maps for the next 3 nights, beginning with tonight. And again, there are a little bit of precipitation here indicated by the light green here by this particular model. That can be associated with that weak cold frontal system. Again, there can be a few showers and scattered strong thunderstorms later on this afternoon, so we'll monitor that situation. It is dry behind it all the way back into the Pacific Northwest here, and this is where our dry air is coming from for Wednesday and Thursday. This is the GFS forecast map for tomorrow night, Wednesday night. It's dry here right now for this time tomorrow and Thursday as well. But one of the things to notice is a couple of high pressure areas up here. One way up there in southeastern Canada, another one being printed out by the GFS forecast map here right over the northern part of Pennsylvania, southern part of New York. One of the problems with big warm-ups this time of the year in the Mid-Atlantic region or the northeastern part of the country is that climatology is really against it. The cold ocean still can play a factor and can kind of cut off a warm spell at a moment's notice with a shift in the wind to east or northeast. And one of the things we'll have to watch for later in the week here in the Mid-Atlantic region, especially between Philadelphia and New York City, is for the possibility of a northeast wind to develop right here along the coast, and that could make it considerably cooler for any time from Thursday through Friday and even into the weekend. Considerably cooler than today, for example, but probably still above normal. That threat for that backdoor cold front or that northeast wind will give way by the early part of next week, and we'll get into some very warm air, perhaps even warmer than what we'll experience today in the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday time frame of next week. But for the next few days, we'll have to watch for the possibility of a little bit cooler weather for the latter part of the week and weekend from an east or northeast wind. And here's the forecast map for Thursday night, and notice it's still high pressure here, and that's kind of sets off a red flag for a possible northeast wind to develop here out along the coast and out over the ocean. And notice the orientation of this red line here. This is a kind of a temperature line here in the lowest part of the atmosphere, and you see how it's allowing for the warmer air to move in west of the mountains, but it's possible it's given us a red flag that there might be an east or northeast wind developing here in the Mid-Atlantic region, especially from Philly north and east, let's say Thursday or especially by Friday, and we'll have to monitor that. That could shave off quite a few degrees off of our high temperature, which for today should go up into the 70s throughout the Mid-Atlantic region. Well, that's it for now. For the SIWeather.com, I'm meteorologist Paul Dorian.